Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Let's go to Illinois and find out what's happening. And we have former Governor Rod Blagojevich. I said it right. And well, Rod, what the heck? You're in Illinois, but you got a smell of things. What's going on in California? Tell us about it.
Well, Blagojevich rhymes with Catsimatidis, and in California, I believe they're stealing votes. And, Democrats from Chicago, we can recognize that sort of thing. If Obama...
You guys are experts on that, right?
Well, it's a time-honored tradition here, so much so that you can actually get votes making jokes about the graveyard vote here. But if Obama was put on a lie detector test, he would agree with me. Mail-in ballots, no voter ID, those sorts of things are ripe for mischief and are the sorts of things that are happening in places like California where, you go to bed at night and the Republican candidate's doing pretty good. You wake up the next morning when they start counting those mail-in ballots, and all of a sudden the Republican candidate has dropped several points and is no longer in first or second place. He's in second or third place. And, I feel bad for Spencer Pratt, who I knew a little bit from reality TV, believe it or not. Really kind of a nice guy, a tough guy, an opinionated guy, and a forceful guy. I think he'd make a great mayor, but I'm worried when they get done counting those mail-in ballots, he'll finish third and won't even make the runoff.
Tell us about, you just brought up, Governor, about Spencer Pratt. Tell us a little bit, were you surprised that he ran for mayor? And because he's an unconventional candidate, it's amazing how well he's done, how much he's resonated with the voters there.
Well, I think it's proof of just how poorly run Los Angeles is. Not to say that Spencer Pratt's not competent, because he clearly is. He's a self-made guy. He's made himself a success in entertainment, and now, has run a very competitive race for mayor of the second largest city in our country. But I think the Spencer Pratt phenomenon has something to do with Spencer, but a lot more to do with the terrible governing by, Mayor Bass and the Democratic leaders in Los Angeles, and the wildfires and the inability to put the fires out. It's all you need to know. It was a city that was on fire, and they couldn't stop the fires. So I think the phenomenon of Spencer Pratt has more to do with the Democrats' incompetence and their inability to govern properly.
By the way, I want to ask you a little bit about Graham Plattner, too, while we have you, Rod. Here's a little bit of interesting news.
Breaking news, WABC.
This is lots of headlines are coming out about, everybody kind of remaining mum on this is the main candidate with the Nazi tattoo and the allegations against women now, which is just so horrible. As Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who sort of led the Me Too charges, remember, against everybody, including Al Franken at that time. She hasn't said a word. She's like dodging the media. So there's a big story about her sort of staying mum and the sort of double standards. What do you think when you see the Democratic Party that, they have somebody like Graham Plattner so desperate that he's still in the race, and they're even going to a rally supporting him tonight?
Well, it's breathtaking hypocrisy. If a Republican did half of the stuff that Plattner was accused of, they'd be asking not just for an impeachment, they'd want to throw the guy in jail. They're the party that says, and it's understandable, you should believe the women. And yet when they're when Democrats find themselves caught up in situations like that, Democratic men, for example, they're quick to defend them and try to avoid acknowledging, the trouble and the problem. They're caught now with really a terrible candidate. And what's amazing to me isn't so much the sexual or the abusive allegations against this candidate, and the Democrats don't seem to be condemning that. But what is amazing that they've gone so far crazy that even a Nazi tattoo on the guy's chest isn't enough to have them urge this guy to get off the ballot or support his opponent. The fact that they're supporting him, in spite of all of those things, just tells you just how weird the Democratic Party has become.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the other governor here, Governor Patterson.
Well, Governor, I've always, looked up to you. You've really were an unconventional governor, but you came up with ideas that other people didn't have. And I'm wondering if you could come up with one for me, because like a lot of other Democrats, we are just caught. There's nothing we can do. The far left commands the media and the attention, and the Republicans will win these particular elections. And it's going to put us in a hole deeper than maybe we've ever been in before.
Mayor, Governor, hello again, and thank you for all the kind words you've said about me. I'm grateful to you. For a long time, nobody was saying anything nice about me. But sometimes, and I know this from my own life experience, sometimes you get to hit rock bottom before you can come back up. And maybe that's what the Democrats have to go through. Maybe this crazy lunatic Bolshevik fringe of the Democratic Party that's become the mainstream has to bring the party to near ruin before the sensible people take over and start to reform the party and make it what it's supposed to be, a party for everyday, ordinary working people, a party that believes in America, a party that believes in the middle class, that wants to help people become part of the middle class, a party that recognizes opportunity, a chance to get ahead, a party that respects and reveres and honors the police, believes in God. Those sorts of things that were traditional values of the Democratic Party are out of style now. And maybe it's going to take something as extreme as, getting wiped out politically for the Democrats to reform themselves, because, necessity is the mother of invention. Maybe that's what it'll take. But I have to say that, Donald Trump has changed the Republican Party. And so a lot of what's happening today is a historic political realignment. When Bill Clinton ran for president as a sort of centrist governor from Arkansas, and he sort of reformed the Democrat Party that was going too far left, that was a different era, because the Republican Party back then was strictly corporate country club, having no interest in working people. The problem the Democrats will have when they try to do that, if they try to do that, is that Trump has made this Republican Party more sympathetic to working people. Things like, no taxes on tips for waitresses and waiters, basic things that help working people, money back, tax money back, rebates to working people, shoring up the middle class. So it won't be as easy for the Democrats to reform themselves now like they were able to do back in the 1990s when Katzimatidis' friend Bill Clinton changed the Democratic Party.
By the way, I had dinner with him last night.
No kidding. Wow.
Well, Governor, all I can say is that if even half of everything you said were to come true, it would really change a lot in this country, and we need it badly. So thank you.
No, you're welcome. Let me just say something. There's nothing intellectual about me. I was a gentleman C scholar in law school. I passed the bar exam the second time around. I wasn't exactly setting the world on fire in the Chicago public schools, which aren't so good. But I think I have some element of common sense, and that's really what the Democrats need to get back to, basic common sense. And why don't you just ask yourself a question? What's good for the common good and the general welfare and for improving the lives of everyday people? If you can figure that out, which shouldn't be that hard, then maybe the Democrats can right the ship and get on the right course.
Governor, what would you call a lawyer with an IQ of 80?
Uh-oh, is this a joke? Go ahead, Gov. Go ahead, Gov Patterson.
Me?
Your Honor.
Oh, shit.
We have to live with this every Thursday and Friday, Governor Blagojevich.
Well, I want to file a dissenting opinion.
I knew the judge would have a problem with that, but it was a good one, Governor Patterson. Governor Blagojevich, thank you. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Almonte's Key Food, proudly serving communities throughout Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island for over 30 years. When you shop Key Food, you'll always find fresh products, great weekly specials, and exceptional personalized service. Visit at any of their Key Food stores at 8235 153rd Avenue, Lindenwood, New York, 935 Rosedale Road, Valley Stream, New York, and 6620 Avenue U, Brooklyn, New York.